In this segment, we're going to take a look at a play at the plate, specifically on a wild pitch and the actions of the plate umpire. So here's kind of a strange one where the wild pitch actually is deflected out in the direction of the pitcher. So this will kind of dictate the movements and the positioning of our plate umpire. In this situation, I think this plate umpire would be better served just staying point of the plate, maybe a step to the right. Normally, in most situations, we would ask this umpire to get up into the midpoint of the lefty batter's box. However, when it goes out to the front, you're better off just staying neutral. And also, I think there's a shorter element of time that's going to elapse here. So it doesn't allow this umpire to do a whole lot of movement. So first off, what I want to say here is this umpire calls obstruction, and we've watched this video a number of times, and I have to tell you, that's a pretty courageous call, and I think it is the correct call. This would be obstruction. So now as we start to break down the mechanics of it, we talked about the positioning. Once you pick that position, we really need to lock in, stay in that position, and see all the elements of the play. So when we look at this, we look at the actions of the catcher. And remember, our rules set in NCAA baseball with obstruction, that catcher can't be in the path of the runner coming home without possession of the baseball. So I think we see in this play that clearly a catcher does not have possession of the baseball. Once again, this umpire makes a great call and decision on his play, but now let's break down the mechanics of how we sell this. So as we look at this video, this umpire is kind of moving all over the place, not really sure where to see the call, not really sure where to go after, trying to move and get a better position on the call, and then mechanically we're kind of all over the place. So remember one thing, time gives you time. This is one of those plays that doesn't occur very often. It may shock us, surprise us a bit, but once we've made the determination we're going to call in this direction, we're going to call obstruction, then time gives us time. If there's ever one period of time on the field where timing is actually replaying something or thinking about how we're going to enforce this penalty, this would be it right here. So I'd like to see this plate umpire simply call time, collect their thoughts, think about how they're going to mechanically apply this. Okay, so we have time. I'm going to point down that's obstruction. Run scores, okay? All within a small confined area rather than kind of jumping all over the place, okay? I think that this umpire did a decent job of maybe pointing a couple times, knowing that this is not going to be a very popular call or one that people are going to agree with. This video doesn't show, as you can imagine, there was a discussion with the head coach on this one, but simply slowing things down, allowing yourself some time to think about how you're mechanically going to sell this. Time, that's obstruction, that run scores, okay? Really, once again, a great job by this umpire, a very courageous call here, a proper call, but then we just have to slow down the process and make sure that our mechanics match the level of the call that we just made.